I have a strong feeling that you probably prefer to use promises instead of callbacks whenever possible. But what happens if, let's say, the API that you're using doesn't actually support promises, and instead it only gives you callbacks? A really good example of this is if, let's say, you're using the file system within Node. So if you want to write a file or read a file, all of that is only available to you via the callback API. You don't actually have it built in with promises. And the same thing is true, let's say you're in the browser and you want to use like a set timeout or like a set interval. That uses callbacks. It doesn't actually use promises. So what can you do? Well, it turns out in Node, there's actually a built-in utility function called promisify, which we can actually take advantage of to take any kind of callback function and turn it into a promise function. So let me show you how that works. On screen right now, you can see that I'm running a Node environment here in the REPL website, and you can see that I'm importing a function called promisify from a library called util. Now, it turns out util is not actually a library. It's actually a built-in module that's already existing within Node, and the promisify function specifically is available ever since Node version 8. And it's actually very, very simple to use. Let me show you. All you do is you call the promisify function, you pass into it the function that you want to promisify. So in this case, I'm just taking the built-in set timeout function, passing it into our promisify function that we just imported from the utils module. And then what I get back in return is the promised version of that function. So now let me show you how we can now use this promised version of our timeout function. So now here on line 5, you can see that I'm calling promise timeout, passing in 1,000 milliseconds as my delay. Now, since it returns a promise, I can very simply just do .then. When you're done with your delay, go ahead and call my console log and say I am a promise. So let's run this and see if it actually works as intended using a promise instead of a callback. And as you can see, I do in fact get the output I am a promise. This is, of course, a very simple and intuitive way to be able to take any callback function and convert it into a promise. But this is all fine and dandy when we are, in fact, in an environment where we can use promisify. Now, this is highly unlikely. You're probably already using versions 8 and above, so I'm not really going to be talking about a scenario where you're using an older version of Node, but what if you're not in Node at all? What if you're in the browser where you can't actually use promisify, but you want to actually go ahead and promisify the set timeout function by yourself? Let me show you how you can actually do that, and it's a lot simpler than you might think. So on screen right now, you can see that I'm creating a promise timeout function. It's going to be accepting as an argument a variable called delay, which is going to be representing how long you want your timeout to delay for. And then all we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a new promise. We're going to say return new promise. Now the promise constructor really accepts two arguments. The first one is going to be resolve. The second one is typically reject. So if the promise succeeds, we go and we call resolve. But if the promise for whatever reason fails, we go ahead and we call reject. Given that this is a set timeout, I can't really see any reason why it would ever fail. So I chose to ignore the reject. But just so you know, the promise constructor does actually accept those two arguments, resolve and reject. And what you do is inside of the actual promise constructor function, you go ahead and define the callback that you're trying to promisify. So in our case, we're trying to promisify the set timeout. So we go and actually call the set timeout. We take the delay that was passed into us here, and we pass it to the delay argument of the set timeout function. So in other words, whatever delay that you want to actually pass to the set timeout, you can do that right over here. Finally, when the set timeout is done and it's ready to go ahead and call your callback, in this case, instead of calling your callback, it's actually going to go ahead and call resolve, which means that now if I go ahead and call the promise timeout function, my .then is going to get called when set timeout goes ahead and calls resolve. So now let's actually see how we use this function. Now, as you can see, the way that we use it is actually the exact same way as it was previously when we're using the built-in promisify function, because at the end of the day, they're both doing the same thing. All I'm trying to highlight right now is how you can actually do this yourself in an event when you don't actually have access to the built-in promisify function. It's actually very easy for you to do this yourself. And as you can see, we can just pass in our 1 second delay. We are now going to get a .then because this is going to go ahead and return a promise. When this resolve function gets called inside of the set timeout, that's when our console log function is going to go ahead and get executed. Let's run this code and see that happen. After 1 second, there we go, we get the actual output, I am a promise. Well, that does it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to watch more videos like this one, all about the JavaScript fundamentals, I've got a playlist for you right over here. Go ahead and click on that and enjoy.